Escobar. He was top of the food chain. He could still have reached from prison. How long did it take?
2 years. We worked our way through hundreds of dealers, runners, key and outs men to get to him.
And he shot Luis. You said the bullet was meant for you?
Yeah. We're making our last buy from Escobar. Somebody must have ratted me out. Next thing I know, I got a 38 to the back of my head. Luis jumped in. The gun went off. He got hit twice, in the hip and the knee. I left Narcotics that day.
That wasn't your fault.
Yeah, just like it wasn't my fault with Rollins. Do yourself a favor, Nick. Walk behind me.
In New York City, sexually based offenses are considered especially heinous. These are their stories.
Hey guys, welcome to Munch My Benson. My name is Adam. I'm here on the end of a lovely day in New York City. I am joined on the line by Josh. How are things up in the north, Josh?
We've pretty much completed our dog watching mission as our friends arrive back at home in the next 2 hours or so.
Yeah. You didn't sell the dog or lose it?
No.
Nice. There's still time.
It's got one of those invisible fence collars, so
that's cool.
Hard to lose.
Yeah. So I've been all alone up here. Megan and Max have been out of town, so it's just been me and Bandit. In addition to, we already recorded one episode of Munch by Benson. This is number 2. I also I went and saw a Kurosawa movie at Film Forum, which is a classic art theater in the Village. I saw Stray Dog, which is from 1949. It's a noir film, so it's a very gritty look at a seedy underbelly of Tokyo from a time that's really interesting historically, because it's all kind of on location in 1949, so right after World War II, but before the kind of Japanese economic miracle kicked off in the 50s and 60s. And so
yeah, it's dark times.
Definitely. And there's kind of outdoor, almost stolen goods markets that he's wandering through, but also baseball games that they're filming in. And it's all like on location, kind of no permission, or at least they didn't get the Yomiuri Giants to go play a game in front of 50,000 people just for this movie. That's for sure. And it's amazing kind of archival footage of that period, but also just a really great detective story. I fucking loved it.
And Toshiro Mifune is pretty fucking
He's great. And the other guy, I always forget the other guy's name, but he's in Seven Samurai. He's in a bunch of stuff. He's like the older guy. He has a very distinctive look. Kind of almost looks like a catfish, this guy.
It's been a long damn time since I saw it, but I remember really loving the movie.
Yeah, he's great too. So I really enjoyed that. And then yesterday, it was really nice weather, and I felt bad for kind of not doing anything with Bandit the day before, because the day before was just, oh God, awful weather. It was, I would say that it was slushing. Like just slush was falling from the sky. Like these snowflakes were like the size of a fist, and they just landed, and it was just immediately turned to slush. It was disgusting. So
we had to shovel that shit like 2 weeks ago. Yeah. And it was like 8 inches of it. It was fucking awful. It was like 4 of us out in the driveway shoveling because it was so fucked.
Yeah, because I mean, it weighs twice as much as regular snow.
Yeah, it's awful.
So we walked like 10 miles yesterday. We went all the way across to the Hudson River, up Riverside Drive, past Grant's Tomb. We went all the way to fucking 125th Street. And I can definitively say that I have now found this one location that Josh and I have discussed. It's like one of SVU's favorite locations. In fact, somebody just like replied to one of those like Follow Friday kind of big tweets you send out with a GIF from that very location where Amaro, Liv, and Munch are walking. But yeah, it's this kind of elevated section of roadway And I was up there. It's at 125th Street and essentially Riverside Drive, right next to the world famous Cotton Club, which I also saw.
Nice.
So it was a lovely walk. And then today we went on a little run, enjoying the beautiful weather again, because I think it's supposed to snow tomorrow. So that'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, other than that, just
while you can.
Just watching, I watched the whole 4th season of Alone, started season 5.
They say Patagonia a lot in season 3. Season 4, it's those Canucks saying yeah back and forth to each other the whole time.
Yeah, and freaking this, freaking that.
Yeah. Ted and Jim are the best.
And this one, I mean, they say Mongolia a bunch, but this one is basically people kind of being forced out from very novel reasons, whether it's MS or the most recent guy I saw go out is because he ate too much Pine Bark without processing it in any way. He had like a brick of Pine Bark, 2 pounds of Pine Bark in his stomach that just was solidified and he couldn't pass it. Yes.
And it was in extreme abdominal pain.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, you gotta slow roll that shit.
Yeah.
He's I just thought of this life hack, this survivalist life hack. And then, you know what it isn't? It's not a life hack because you have to eat that with other things. And you can eat it, but you can't eat 2 pounds of it because you won't be able to process it.
Yeah, because you're not eating anything else, And then I saw, I thought Larry, your neighbor up in Minnesota, was dead, maybe, because he passed out in that episode.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was eating too many dandelion greens.
He fucking passes out, and then it occurs to him, oh, shit. My only thing I've been eating is a thing that is dehydrating me.
Yeah. So it's fun. I love this show. I recommend this show to anybody because
it's fucking fantastic.
It's engaging, but also, it's kind of deep philosophically. You kind of think about, I don't know, your place in the world and other things by watching this show. So it's a little bit more than just being an idle reality show that's on in the background that you're not paying 100% attention to.
No, you pay attention pretty much the whole time.
Exactly. It's it's almost too intense sometimes.
Especially when it gets down to the end and you're down to the last 3 and they haven't fucking eaten in months.
Yeah. Each episode they get thinner and thinner and closer to death. But yeah, that's me. You've been watching anything?
Season 8 of Alone.
Nice. Yeah.
Oh, I watched Guarding Tess last night.
Okay.
Because it's one of the few Nicolas Cage movies I've not seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. If listeners of the podcast don't know, I'm a pretty big Nicolas Cage fan.
Josh is an extremely big Nicolas Cage fan. I'm a very big Nicolas Cage fan, but Josh...
Yeah.
Josh, at a time when it was not necessarily, these were not necessarily getting wide releases, saw I don't know, how many did you see in a row? A dozen theatrical releases?
It was, I believe 11 straight in the theater.
I mean, and we're talking Season of the Witch and other...
Oh, yeah.
Instantly forgettable
this was
films.
11 straight live-action theatrical releases, starting with National Treasure 2.
Well, but I mean, that one I understand, 100%.
Yeah, but starting there, and then if you think about the next 11 movies that came out...
Were you talking about Drive Angry? And...
Totally saw Drive Angry 3D.
Yeah. Nice.
Season of the Witch... Sorcerer's Apprentice, Ghost Rider 2, which actually it's not that bad.
I feel like Ghost Rider is a good premise. I don't necessarily care for the CGI they went with, but it was a good, it's a fun premise at least.
And I mean, Season of the Witch is just, let's let the guy who did Gone in 60 Seconds, let's let him do an homage to the Seventh Seal.
Yeah. There's some fun accent choices in Season of the Witch.
Namely, oh shit!
I'm totally
blanking. Tommy, the one who played Capone in Boardwalk Empire, is doing a Jersey accent.
Yeah,
New Jersey, not Jersey the island.
City of Lost Children, right? Isn't that what he's also from?
No, that's Ron Perlman.
Yeah,
Ron Perlman's just not doing an accent.
That's right. Yeah,
this is a British actor doing a New Jersey accent, which is kind of baffling, but whatever.
Yeah,
Robert Sheehan's in it too. I really like Robert Sheehan. He's pretty fun.
Yeah. I did not like the episode that we're about to discuss, but I feel like we should get into it and we can discuss why I did not like it.
Yeah, there's reasons not to. I've got a lot of notes. I've got 4.5 pages of character notes because of how many guest stars are in this.
Fucking A, yes.
And weird guest stars too.
Yeah.
Very strange guest stars are in this. It's not your normal run-of-the-mill people. Anyway.
Guest stars are going to take time.
We're watching Season 14, Episode 22, Poisoned Motive. The unit is processing the booking of an entire Chinese brothel when Kragen tells them that 1PP wants them to prep Mrs. Chang for a perp walk. The instant they emerge from the precinct, the unit is in the literal crosshairs of a sniper's scope, passing over each member of SVU before settling on Rollins and putting a bullet through her shoulder. Finn tends to Rollins while Liv and Amaro run to a neighboring rooftop only to find it empty. Finn visits Rollins in the hospital, where she is loopy but recovering, as the shot was a through-and-through, hitting only muscle on the way out of her ribcage. As the madam was mouthing off to Rollins and the case was Rollins's, they recall Chang from Central Booking to see if she can shine any light on the case. She says if they wanted Rollins dead, she'd be fucking dead, and that her girls had contacted Amanda to tell her that they liked being with Mrs. Chang, something Rollins had neglected to tell anyone because she didn't want anyone going through her phone, only to find messages from the dozens of bookies she owes money to hitting her up. Rollins tells Finn and Benson that an idiot friend of Kim's dead boyfriend that she shot had been bothering her, but that there's no way he's good for it because he can barely stand up straight, which a quick raid of Earl's place verifies. Just as they struggle to narrow down who else might be gunning for Rollins, they get the report of another sniper shooting with a .45 matching this MO. This Vic? Finn's old supervisor's son, which means that the shooting of Finn's old lieutenant's son and Finn's current partner point towards this being related to some narcotics beef from over a dozen years ago. Ballistics come in, and the slug that hit Lieutenant Howard's son originated from a Les Bear Prowler from 100 yards away, meaning it was a real precision shot with a really random gun from someone pissed off at Finn and the Lou. Following up on Finn's old cases, Finn thinks maybe they need to check in with his old partner who took a bullet for him, and when they get to see Luis Montero, he's seriously down on his luck, fighting medical bills while apparently getting boned by disability. Montero's daughter wonders if it wasn't the guy who got busted when Montero got shot which led to Finn leaving Narcotics in the first place. A quick visit to Escobar and the joint doesn't really turn up much as he stonewalls them, but they quickly find out that a prison nurse who Escobar turned while in the joint has been visiting with their son. And after Benson checks in with her, they find out that she's been calling Escobar's old middleman Pearly, who is mid-rub-down HJ, but won't snitch for fear of having his face sewn onto a soccer ball, which sends Finn and Amaro back to prison where they rough up Escobar and are on the verge of scooping his eyeballs out when the warden interrupts to tell them that Escobar's nurse wife just got taken out by the sniper. Enter Lieutenant Alexandra Eames of the no longer airing Criminal Intent, who tells them that they may have lucked out because the shooter likely took this last shot from a spot neighboring a power plant that's under surveillance by the Joint Terrorism Task Force. When Finn checks in with Luis, his old partner thinks the shooter taking out Escobar's nurse girlfriend was badass, and he's shifty when Amaro mentions the make of the gun. Amaro thinks something's up with Luis, and the sniper's gun was last used in a case Montero worked with 2 Ukrainian UCs, so Finn follows up with Montero, who tells Finn he knows exactly where the pistol is because he's got it fucking with him. He's quick to take credit, spewing his sour grapes because he lost his job, lost his wife, and was abandoned by his old partner. Of course, he's on disability, and Rollins, who's fresh back from a Duck Dynasty marathon, doesn't think he could have gotten away as fast as her shooter did. Then Cragen searches for Gloria, Luis's daughter, and finds out that she just got booted from the police academy for psychological reasons. They find her burnt-out car with a charred traffic officer's corpse inside, and surveillance video confirms she was at the site of the third shooting. The vehicle she stole is tracked to the abandoned hospital where her mother died right before Hurricane Sandy took it out. She kills a security guard and leaves a computer playing a video listing the litany of wrongs done unto her family, which NYPD watches and rapt as she heads to her father's repoed house where she takes the new residents hostage. She says she might not shoot mother and son if Finn comes inside, so Finn jackets up, enters, and takes off his Teflon jacket and tells her to go ahead and shoot him because he's been playing with house money ever since Luis threw himself in front of the bullet meant for him. She tells him that he should apologize to her father himself, and he says they can walk out there together and both apologize to him. She balks at this offer and says she'd only get shot if she walked out there and that he'd catch one too. Then Gloria indicates that she may as well just take the hostages out, which prompts Finn to tackle her and wrestle the gun away. A shot rings out, but unlike with Dodds, Finn's just fine. In fact, everyone is. The police charge in, but Finn tells them not to shoot. They throw her in the back of a squad car as her father watches. Rollins shows up and says that Finn was there for her, so she's there for him because that's what partners do. Finn says, yeah, and then looks at his old partner, and we get a, don't take a bullet for Finn if you want him to come to your wife's funeral, Dick Wolf.
Man, I really would have loved to have watched the show about that meth guy.
Yeah, Earl.
Or about 2 Chainz. Yeah,
Earl would have been cool.
Earl, Mrs. Chan.
Yeah.
This episode was populated with fun shit, but then decided to focus on the least fun aspect of the whole episode.
And it feels like maybe there was an interesting story with Finn's old partner.
Yeah, definitely.
They just never found it.
Well, because do they have some sort of like clause in the contract
that a Finn backstory episode has to be dull?
Well, that sometimes has happened. But more than that...
Haunted? Or Haunted, rather?
Well, Haunted was not dull. Haunted was the opposite of dull.
Haunted found a way to...
Hot Mike Sandoval came in the back door, Josh.
Yeah, he did.
No, but it's that there has to be a hostage situation at least once a season. Like, don't they realize how many times we've seen this play out?
I mean, they don't, but...
Warren Light has to have gotten story credits on at least 6 hostage situation episodes. Because he was the Dodds showrunner.
Probably more.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, and he's only run the show for 6 seasons.
Yeah.
Or no, wait. Yeah, 6 seasons.
Yeah.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 21, 22, 23. Yeah. So 8 seasons. Whatever.
Anyways. We have a lot of people to talk about.
A lot. I had to cut, like, it's basically, I could only talk about like 7 of them.
Okay.
And then anyone I'm not talking about, it's just a time thing. Like, I know this is going to run way too long.
I have one person that I want to talk about because it is very weird credit. I think I have a feeling you might not have talked about this person. So,
probably not, because I seriously, 4.5 pages of guest star notes. Yeah. It's insane. So we're going to start with Catherine Erbe, who's playing Lieutenant Alexandra Eames. She is reprising her original co-lead role from Criminal Intent, where she was senior detective to Robert Gorin's junior detective, briefly serving as temporary captain of the major case squad when Captain Danny Ross was murdered, only to leave the next episode because she was pissed about having to fire Gorin. At some point after she left and then returned to major cases for its final season, she and Gorin left Major Case Squad, and she landed on the Joint Terrorism Task Force, where she's been promoted to lieutenant. This is, at present, Eames' last appearance in the Law & Order universe. She was born in Newton, Massachusetts, Erbe was, to Elspeth and Richard Erbe, Richard being a research geneticist. She did her undergrad at NYU. While there, she was cast as Lynn Redgrave's daughter on the sitcom Chicken Soup. She then became a member of the Steppenwolf Theater Company, starring in a number of their productions, including The Grapes of Wrath, which ran for 6 months, featuring Gary Sinise and Munch alum Stephen Bogardus, which also won the 1990 Tony for Best Play. The next year, in 1991, she was nominated for a Tony for her portrayal of Mary in The Speed of Darkness, where she appeared with Robert Sean Leonard and Munch alum Stephen Lang. A couple years later, she married Steppenwolf co-founder Terry Kinney, with whom she had 2 children. They've since divorced. Before Criminal Intent, she appeared in 17 episodes of Oz as Shirley Bellinger, alongside Kinney, her then-husband, Dean Winters, and Christopher Maloney. She played Eames in the first 8 seasons of Criminal Intent, then left in a 2-part season 9 premiere event, and returned to reprise the role in 8 episodes in season 10, then returned in this and one other SVU, preceding it in season 14, totaling 146 appearances as Eames, if you don't count her appearance in the civil forfeiture episode of Last Week Tonight. Where she also played Eames, but that was obviously a joke. She has since had recurring roles in The Sinner, How to Get Away with Murder, City on a Hill, The Blacklist, Pose, and Invasion. In film, you've seen her as Richard Dreyfuss's daughter in What About Bob?
You sure have.
As the team tutor / Gordon Bombay's foil / love interest in D2, The Mighty Ducks.
An important film.
Important film. And in Kiss of Death, Dream with the Fishes, Stir of Echoes, Mistress America, Alex Strangelove, and the positively horrendous Assassination Nation by Sam Levinson, who's the Euphoria creator.
Oh, nice.
Assassination Nation is abominable. It is one of the worst movies I've ever fucking seen.
He's saying this having seen D2 Mighty Ducks 2.
Yeah, if you told me I had to watch one of those 2 movies, I would take D2 The Mighty Ducks every fucking time. Assassination Nation is awful.
D2 The Mighty Ducks might be decent fodder for our film series because it has another Munch alum in it.
Eldon Hansen?
Eldon Hansen, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. I really hope to stay away from that one. It's also got, young Josh Jackson. It's got young Marguerite Moreau.
Yep.
It's positively loaded.
Peak Emilio.
But it's also got Lasso Kid.
Yeah.
And Lasso Kid is a lot.
Moving on.
More recently, Uribe appeared on stage co-starring in the American premiere of The Father opposite Frank Langella, who won the Tony for his appearance. And the play was nominated for Best Play in 2016. So that's The Father, the same one that was just made into a film with Olivia Colman and Anthony Hopkins. And Hopkins won the Best Actor Oscar. Okay. That was a lot of Uribe.
Who had a shockingly little screen time.
Yeah, but it's because it's in this universe and we haven't talked about her before.
I know, absolutely. Of course. And she's like a major character in the universe. Absolutely.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And so now I'm kind of going down the line in order of people who had the most to do in this episode. So it may not always make sense in terms of cachet culturally, but anyway, so next up we've got Yul Vasquez, who's playing Luis Montero. He was born in Havana, raised in Miami. He's named after Yul Brynner. He was the lead guitarist for Urgent, who had a minor hit, Running Back, in 1985, and had their second single appear on the soundtrack for Iron Eagle.
Oh.
They broke up after their low-selling sophomore album was released, after which he joined the band Diving for Pearls, where he enjoyed another minor hit single. Minor hit single, I'm talking like, Billboard Hot 200.
Yeah.
Maybe it was Hot 100. Yeah, it's 100 for singles, 200 for albums.
Yeah.
Anyway, they had a minor hit single, Gimme Your Good Lovin', before dissolving a year after their 1989 debut self-titled album was released. If you want to see Yul with long hair soloing in a pretty standard performance video, I've got a tweet scheduled for the Tuesday after this episode drops.
I guess they didn't make it until the Iron Eagle 2 soundtrack dropped, so they couldn't get on that one.
Well, Iron Eagle 2, I think, predated their 89 album.
Oh,
I think
okay.
Iron Eagle 2 was 1988, wasn't it?
I don't remember
why I know
Iron
that.
Eagle.
I don't.
I'm really getting the warm and fuzzies thinking about Lou Gossett Jr. film roles, though, so thank you for that.
Yeah, no problem. I'm looking up Iron Eagle 2 right now. 88. Boom.
Oh, nice.
Okay, sorry. That was a dumb... anyway, so Yul Vasquez made his film debut in 1992 in a minor part in The Mambo Kings, in which Kathy Moriarty was a co-star.
Yeah.
You've since seen him in Nick of Time, Runaway Bride, Traffic, Bad Boys 2, War of the Worlds, The X, The Box, American Gangster, Steven Soderbergh's two-part Che Guevara biopic, Che, Part 1 and Part 2. The A-Team, Captain Phillips, The Cobbler, Kill the Messenger, Crown Heights, Last Flag Flying, and Gringo.
The Cobbler, man. I'm sorry.
I've seen The Cobbler. It's something. On TV, he was Bob, the intimidating gay guy, in 3 episodes of Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Which Seinfeld fans would know him from.
Absolutely.
He had main cast parts in Magic City, The Lottery, Midnight Texas, Russian Doll, The Looming Tower, I Am the Night, and The Outsider. He had recurring parts in Louie, Treme, The Good Wife, Bloodline, Divorce, Narcos Mexico, SEAL Team, and Promised Land. This is his second appearance and character on SVU. He was also in 2 episodes of the original series. He's a founding member of the Labyrinth Theater Company, serving 2 terms as co-artistic director. He starred on Broadway opposite Chris Rock in the Tony-nominated The Motherfucker with the Hat, for which he was nominated for a Drama Desk Award, Outer Critics Circle Award, and a Tony for Best Featured Actor in a Play. He is married to Linda Larkin, who voiced Princess Jasmine in Aladdin. They've been married since 2002.
Nice.
Next up, much shorter, Jessica Camacho, who's playing Gloria Montero, his daughter. She was born in Chicago. She moved to San Francisco after falling in love with acting to take night classes at the American Conservatory Theater, which we've mentioned a lot of times at this point. She went on to do theater and TV work in Chicago, getting her SAG card before relocating to LA full-time. She's been in the films Think Like a Man, the Veronica Mars movie, and Roman J. Israel Esquire. She had main roles in the shows Sleepy Hollow, Taken, All Rise, and Another Life. She's also had recurring parts in Dexter, Last Resort, Nikita, Longmire, The Flash, and Watchmen. Next up, Kathy Moriarty, playing Lieutenant Tony Howard. She was born in the Bronx. At 18, just out of high school, Joe Pesci discovered her in a bathing beauty contest at a bar, where he invited her to audition for the role of Vicky LaMotta, Jake LaMotta's second wife in Raging Bull, a role which she got and earned her an Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actress.
It's just mind-boggling. Every detail of that story is just fucking mind-boggling. But
yeah. Like, it would be the most absurd, like, whatever. It's batshit crazy. Yeah. Her origin, really weird. And she only did the bathing beauty contest on a lark. She thought, when she won, she thought it was funny. It's a whole bizarre story.
Yeah.
She then played John Belushi's colorful neighbor in Neighbors before being severely injured in a car accident requiring back surgery. She then struggled to get parts, and over the next 5 years only landed a part in Two Jakes. She landed that part in 1985, but production halted after 1 day of shooting. And when it finally hit the theaters 5 years later, she was no longer attached, no longer in the film. She only landed 2 more gigs in the 80s after her 1981 turn in Neighbors.
Wow.
She was in an episode of Wise Guy and the UK thriller White of the Eye, where she played the wife of, I think, David Keith's character.
Okay, never heard of White of the Eye.
Neither have I. The 90s saw kind of a return to success for her. She landed bigger parts in Kindergarten Cop, Soap Dish, The Mambo Kings, Matinee, Another Stakeout, Pontiac Moon, Forget Paris, Casper, Foxfire, Dream with the Fishes, and Copland. She's been in 1 episode of the original series, 2 episodes of Criminal Intent, and 2 other SVUs, only one of which was as this character. She also starred opposite Andrew Dice Clay in the mid-90s sitcom Bless This House, and had a recurring role in City on a Hill and The Assassination of Gianni Versace, American Crime Story. Next up, Emilio Rivera, who's playing Benito Escobar. He was born in San Antonio and grew up in Frogtown in LA. He enlisted in the Army at 18. He has a past as a stand-up comic. He's in everything.
Yes.
Like everything. He's in every fucking thing. You've seen him so many times. He's probably most prominently known as the leader of the Mayans in Sons of Anarchy, who then ascends from that chapter to national leadership in Mayans MC. He had main roles in Gang-Related, Z Nation, and The Family Business. He's had recurring parts on My Block, Kroll Show, Weeds, My Name is Earl, The Shield, and The Bold and the Beautiful. We'll talk more about The Shield in a bit.
Yeah, shit.
Oh, just wait.
Now I remember where
we'll talk about it in the episode. Okay. We'll talk about it when we're in the notes. But he's also in the films The Cable Guy, Con Air, Traffic, Ali G and the House, Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, Harsh Times, A Man Apart, and El Camino Christmas. He also appeared in an episode of The X-Files with Scott Wilson and Munchlome Nick Chinland, which is, of course, in the Munchiverse.
Yeah.
So
not the only brain melter with the...
No, brain melter like 4 times over at this point. But, and there'll be more. Next up, 2 Chainz.
Yeah.
Who's playing Calvin Pearly Jones. I've got way too much on 2 Chainz, by the way. He was born Tauheed Epps in College Park, Georgia. He played basketball and graduated second in his class at North Clayton High School. He also dealt pot in high school and was arrested for felony cocaine possession at 15. He went to Alabama State on a scholarship and played basketball for 2 years before getting into trouble and transferring to Virginia State, where he finished up schooling and got a BS. He formed the hip-hop duo Players Circle with his high school buddy Earl Dollaboy Conyers in 1997, where Epps was going by the moniker Titty Boy. Their O2 indie album, United We Stand, United We Fall, ended up leading to them getting introduced to Ludacris, who met them when he moved into their apartment complex in College Park while he was still a DJ on Atlanta radio station, which we'll talk about more later because Lala Anthony worked there with him.
Nice.
Ludacris began to record several songs with the group, and then he brought them onto his subsidiary Def Jam label, Disturbing the Peace, though it took an extra year for Conyers to sign on while he waited for his mother to get back to good health. Players Circle released 2 studio albums on Disturbing the Peace before Epps left the label. The next year, he changed his name to 2 Chainz and released his first mixtape, which charted at number 58 on the US Billboard Top R&B and Hip Hop Albums. In 2012, his debut studio album, based on a true story, true being TRU for the real university, I believe, featuring lead single No Lie, which had Drake on it, hit the top of the U.S. Billboard 200 charts in its first week. So his debut album hit the top of the charts in week 1. This led to his first solo world tour and tons of accolades, including 3 Grammy nominations. Late in 2012, he re-entered the studio to work on his second studio album. While working on that, he appeared in this episode and on an episode of Two Broke Girls, where he played himself on a private jet.
Nice.
His second album, Boats, all caps, an abbreviation for something that I don't know. Boats 2, Me Time, debuted at number 3 in 2013 with better reviews than his debut, but lower sales. His first 5 studio albums all debuted in the top 10 of the Billboard 200. U.S. Billboard 200. He was featured on Kanye's Grammy-nominated single Mercy, A$AP Rocky's Grammy-nominated single Fucking Problems, and Chance the Rapper's Grammy-winning song No Problem. He started his own label, The Real University, which eventually signed a partnership deal with Atlantic Records. He also owns a minority stake in the Hawks G League team, the College Park Skyhawks, and he opened a line of hoodies in 2016.
Nice.
He has 3 children by his now wife, Kesha Ward. He also had a couple other drug arrests. In 2013, he tried to get marijuana and promethazine, which is often used in purple drink, through TSA checkpoint and was booked and charged with felony narcotics possession, but I don't think anything came of that. Later in 2013, his tour bus was pulled over in Oklahoma City because it's Oklahoma City and because the taillights were out.
Yeah.
The bus driver wouldn't let the police on the bus.
Nice.
So the police towed it to the police training center with everyone inside while the police obtained a search warrant.
That's a good-ass bus driver right there.
Yeah. He's like, no, I don't have the authority to let you on the bus, which is kind of awesome. So police found marijuana residue, prescription painkillers, and a 12-gauge shotgun and 2 semi-automatic pistols, but they didn't find any illegal drugs, just the marijuana residue. So I think they all skated on that, which is good. Lala Anthony.
Yeah, that was a lot of 2 Chainz talk, Josh. I like that.
A lot of 2 Chainz. Yeah.
He's really good at wearing a towel. We'll get into that more later.
Yeah. Good work, 2 Chainz. It was probably glued on. Okay, so Lala Anthony's playing Ana Tejeda. She was born in Brooklyn to Puerto Rican parents and raised mostly in New York, though she eventually had to have moved to Atlanta because she was working as a high school intern at Hot 97.5, where she began hosting Future Flavors alongside Ludacris while still in high school.
Damn.
Pretty weird.
Yeah.
She went on to Howard University to study communications, but her career was already taking off, and she went to Los Angeles at 19 to co-host The B-Side at 92.3 The Beat.
Damn.
At 21, she moved over to MTV, where she co-hosted Direct Effect and TRL. In 2003, where I think she's 23 at this point.
Yeah.
She left MTV to work on the Mike Tyson documentary Tyson as a producer, but she continues to have MTV credits after this. So I don't know why it says she left MTV.
But good terms. She was born in 1983. So in 2003, she was just 20 years old.
What the fuck?
Insane.
She's got to be lying about her age. Okay, so
she's like a Dominican baseball player. She's like 10 years older.
She's born in Brooklyn. Whatever. I guess they're not checking your age for the stuff.
Maybe.
Anyway, she played herself in the 2004 films You Got Served, Monster Island, and Soul Plane. That year, she also became engaged to Carmelo Anthony, whom she married 5 years and 1 child later, with Michael Eric Dyson presiding over the ceremony.
Jesus fucking Christ! Okay, now I know who Lala Anthony is, and now Carmelo fucking what a dumbass Carmelo. I'm sorry. Continue.
Okay, so she hosted a ton of VH1 shows in the Flavor of Love universe, which are produced by Mark Cronin, who was the EP on Idiot Test, which I worked on. Then she was the titular main cast in Lala's Full Court Wedding and Lala's Full Court Life, the latter being on the air when this episode was filmed. She's also been main cast as an actor in Power and Unforgettable and had recurring parts in Wu-Tang and American Saga, The Chai, BH 90210, so the 90210, either second or third incarnation, I'm not entirely sure. I think it's second. And Single Ladies. She's also been in the films Think Like a Man, which someone else was in that. Jessica Camacho.
Nice. While you're doing this,
Gloria.
I'm furiously Googling Carmelo Anthony's cheating scandal to get the details on it.
So I didn't know that he's cheated because I stopped paying attention to NBA. So she's in the films Think Like a Man, Think Like a Man 2, Baggage Claim, and Chirac. She filed for divorce in June of 2021.
Yeah, after this cheating scandal, which I'll get into.
Yeah, that Adam's looking up.
So... this was in 2019 in the off season.
One assumes that they were probably separated for longer than because she didn't file for divorce until June of 2021.
Yeah, I think it was. So anyways, he was on a quote unquote business trip to Europe, and then on Lala Anthony's birthday, photos leaked of Carmelo sunbathing with a very buxom woman in a string bikini on top of a yacht. And he claimed that she was there for a business meeting with him.
Oh, one of those sunbathing business meetings.
Yeah.
That happened on yachts.
Yeah, exactly. So that got all over all of the tabloids. And needless to say, I don't think Lala Anthony had a very happy birthday that year.
Yeah, I'd say that's unlikely.
And, anyways, yeah. So that's how he broke up with a very lovely and talented woman who's had an amazing career and deserves much better than that guy who can't do anything but throw the ball up no matter where he is on the fucking court at all times.
All right. So Frederick Lane is playing Warden Jones. He was born in Buffalo, raised in New Jersey, and Manlius, New York. He made his Broadway debut at the age of 21 in Ibsen's John Gabriel Borkman, which seems like it can't possibly be a play, but apparently is. John Gabriel Borkman? That's really the name of a fucking play?
I guess it makes more sense in Danish, right?
I don't think so. What is a Borkman? Is this a superhero play? Okay, so he's got 156 fucking credits on IMDb.
Yeah.
His first one happens at the age of 19.
Jesus
So
Christ.
he was in Being There as a fucking like page or something.
Yeah, Jesus
like at
Christ.
19 or 20. He's then in Ordinary People as basically a kid still. Then he's in the Coward of the County TV movie, which I'm pretty sure is where the Coward of the County Kenny Rogers song originated.
Nice.
And I believe stars Kenny Rogers. I didn't look it up though. That's
Gives you an opportunity to drop in a Kenny Rogers number.
Oh yeah, I hope to drop in Coward of the County, assuming that I can verify that he was in it. That'll be the verification because I'm not going to look it up.
20 years of crawling was bottled up inside him.
Dream Lover. Sorry, fuck. He was also in Dream Lover, Man's Best Friend, Con Air, which it makes two people in Con Air because fucking Emilio Rivera is also in it. Frederick Lane's the pilot in Con Air, and Emilio Rivera is one of the convicts.
Nice.
Men in Black, The Dark Knight Rises, Zero Dark 30, The Runner, Tallulah, Split, The Greatest Showman, and The Eyes of Tammy Faye. He had a main cast part in Mancuso FBI, which was a like Robert Loggia's star vehicle, and Dr. Death very recently, like last year, with Joshua Jackson, who we'll apparently just keep talking about all day. He had recurring parts in Dallas, the OG Dallas, China Beach, Wise Guy, From Earth to the Moon, The X-Files, Touched by an Angel, Ghost Whisperer, Lost, Supernatural, Rubicon, American Horror Story, Boardwalk Empire, The Red Road, Chicago Fire, Quantico, Homeland, Yellowstone, and Dexter New Blood. He's appeared in like 4 episodes of fucking everything. I had to cut out so many other recurring parts because it's just like, this is absurd.
He has a baffling
He's in one
number
other
of roles.
episode of SVU too.
Yeah. I really want to see his star turn in Octopus 2 River of Fear. I think the title kind of sums it all up. It is airing on, where is it? Amazon Prime for free. So keep that in mind next time you want to watch a creature feature.
Yeah, I don't know that we're going to add it to the movie club list. Okay, so last one I've got, mercifully, Jesus fucking Christ, we've been talking forever about this shit, is Jennifer Lim, who's playing Mrs. Chang.
Interesting.
We saw her playing Miss Phillips back in season 8, episode 2, Clock.
Of course.
Munch My Benson, episode 61, which was titled Seems Like a Weird Side Hustle for Washed Up Catchers with Bad Knees. Yeah. So,
that was a baseball episode.
And inside the Munch My Benson universe, brain melter, where we've already seen her playing a different character. She was born in Hong Kong, got her BA in drama from University of Bristol, which I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's also where friend of the podcast, Jess, went to law school.
Oh, really?
Yep. This is Bristol in the UK.
Yeah.
For listeners. I know you know that. And then she studied for an MFA at the Yale School of Drama, which is a very fucking difficult program to get into.
Yeah.
Wikipedia says she's most noted for her performance in the 2011 Broadway show Chinglish by playwright David Henry Wang. She's done a ton of stage work all over the world, playing Ophelia in a Mandarin Chinese performance of Hamlet in Poland and Shanghai,
Wow.
appearing in Medea in Turkey, and in Songs of the Dragon Flying to Heaven in Vienna. She's also performed in Scotland, Belgium, Spain, Germany, Norway, Chicago, and London.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, all over the place.
Yeah.
She's been in the films The Savages, 27 Dresses, Naked Singularity, and The Stand-In. She had recurring roles in High Maintenance, Hell on Wheels, and The Good Wife. She's also in one episode of Criminal Intent and one episode of the original series. And you said you have someone.
I do. And I looked her up and I, for whatever reason, clicked on her bio. And it's so strange that I had to dig deeper. So
Okay.
this is Cynthia Bassinet, and I'm not 100% sure she even has a line. She's playing the bartender in the scene where Finn and Yul Vasquez, totally blanking on the character's name now.
Luis Montero.
Yeah, Luis Montero, where Luis, like, they're at a bar and he just, like, whips out the handgun on the bar. But she's the bartender there.
Which is bizarrely in a case.
Yeah,
Like a wooden box.
A wooden box with the incriminating sight on it. That's a whole nother thing that we'll get into in a second.
Yeah.
But this woman does not have very many credits. She's been in a handful of things. Not very much. Nothing that you would really remember her for. She was on the Party Monster soundtrack. She's mostly known for two things. One, she did a cover of Santa Baby that is famous because people oftentimes think that it was recorded by Marilyn Monroe.
Okay.
Because I guess I haven't listened to it yet. Because I guess of her breathiness or something, some lasciviousness or something. But so it gets a shitload of airtime. Like, it's like the second biggest version of Santa Baby. Obviously, the Eartha Kitt version is the
Sure, obviously.
one that people know, but it's the famous one.
I know I've heard her version of it.
Yes, exactly. So that is a very well-known version of a very popular Christmas song.
Mm-hmm.
She was also Jack Nicholson's longtime girlfriend, which is fairly strange.
Yeah.
And apparently they had it.
So all of her photos are at, like, fucking courtside at Staples.
Yes, exactly. But I'm telling you, Josh, go to Wikipedia if you have IMDb, if you have the page for this episode open. Scroll down. She's the first listed in the rest of cast listed alphabetically.
I'm on her.
Which I usually don't click on because usually that's just people that were extras that add themselves.
Oh, it's nearly every fucking time it is.
Yeah, I know. But for whatever reason,
because I've added myself on a lot of things.
Yeah.
On IMDb, like I know how the process works because usually I'm working on small shows that.
But if you were crew on something, put it on there.
Oh yeah.
Click on this woman's bio and look how long it is. Just scroll down.
Holy fuck.
Yes. So
there are multiple bios.
Yeah, and they're all kind of like they're all very strange.
They're all from Star Spangled whatever.
They're all very strange.
Not as strange as.
They're very strange. So, okay.
I know, but it can't possibly be as strange.
Okay. I'm just going to read it.
As Charles Halford's.
Let me hold on one second. Is it the same as the one on her website?
Long before the term, quote, social influencer, Cynthia has been influencing ideas, politics, movements, solutions, fashion, trends, media, and more.
Yes, Josh.
That's towards the end of it.
But there's so much of this stuff. An astute businesswoman and thinker, Cynthia has always recognized and embraced the liberating power of new technologies to reach new audiences in entertainment. As a recording artist, Bassinet established an entirely new channel of distribution for her music, using the internet to bypass the usual Hollywood and recording industry path to bring her releases directly to listeners around the world. She apparently was nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize.
I assume this is because she has addressed the UN on numerous occasions of issues facing the Sahrawian
peoples
living in self-determination.
Yes. Yes, exactly. And then, oh man, hold on. I just got to find, there's one line that I really love.
She appeared in the book 1,000 Peace Women Across the Globe.
Yeah.
Wow, this is the weirdest.
Yeah.
Like,
no. Okay.
this is what dating Jack Nicholson and just having all kinds of time and limitless resources allows one.
So, okay, this is a passage that I wanted to read. That's what I was looking for. But her bio is so long, it took me a while to find this.
Oh, it's very long.
In 1999, Cynthia took a forced hiatus from Hollywood and acting due to the blacklisting after her breakup from the actor Jack Nicholson, whom she remains a supportive and influencing figure. I don't know if that's to whom or from whom. So anyways.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It's definitely missing a preposition.
Definitely. And subsequent activism for the commercial strike, which also doesn't make any sense. I feel like this was like translated from bad English to another language. And then back.
No. Okay, so I assume that in 1999 there was a commercial strike for better working conditions, and that probably fucked her over. That she was an active participant in that strike, and probably that's what blacklisted her. She is, I'm going to say self-proclaimed because I haven't heard of her, as one of the most popular jazz vocalists of the era alongside the likes of Al Jarreau, Frank Sinatra, and Diana Krall. I'm just going to go out and say that that's a self-proclaimed label. Oh, I am too, actually.
Because I know who those people are. And I don't know who this person is.
I don't know. A handful of other jazz vocalists.
Yeah. Who are alive then. Anyways, absolutely bonkers bio. I just needed to bring that up. Her website is equally bonkers. She does look quite familiar, though. Somewhere there's photos of her next to Jack Nicholson, so it's not like that crazy. But
no.
But absolutely bonkers. Anyways, let's talk about the episode.
Okay, so it's weird when we start with a different case as it's closing up, only to have an entirely different case spiral out from that one.
Yeah. It's kind of fun because it's a good world building, right? It feels like it's like a populated universe as opposed to, those season 21 years when it's just like, what is going on? It's a Lifetime movie with crime taking place.
Yeah.
And I liked this one. This was the final act of Counselor's Chinatown, which...
Forget it, Counselor's Chinatown.
Exactly.
Which we covered in some episode. This is, to my knowledge, the only time that Rollins has been shot.
Yeah.
Though she nearly died giving childbirth and was raped by her old boss in Atlanta, though that happened before the show started. She's also been held hostage, I don't know, probably multiple times because everyone has been.
She's definitely shot a large number of people, but...
I think what's-her-face, Mrs. Chang, I can scroll up, I guess. Jennifer Lim, I think she's really good here.
Yeah, I think she's great.
Fun.
Yeah, I thought she was great. I kind of like the wardrobe choice of putting her in that like kind of ridiculous Christmas sweater when it seems to be very warm outside, and it's not like...
Well, I'm assuming the brothel is very well air-conditioned.
but I feel like the masseuses were all in the sort of, the classic kind of Chinese red silk dress look. I don't remember.
Well, she has to be the madam.
Yeah.
Madams wear sweaters.
Madams wear comfy sweaters.
Okay, so Rollins gets shot.
I need to talk about the shooting, Josh.
Is this what you did your math on?
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Okay.
So I definitively figured out the exact location of all of this stuff.
Sure, of course you did. Did you actually go out on the street and do this?
I would have if I had a little bit more time. But so the building that they are using as central booking is actually a gorgeous Beaux-Arts building in the Civic Center. It's the New York County Surrogates Court. So definitely not something that the police would be using for like booking madams. I believe also the New York City like records are housed in this building. It's a gorgeous building. Clearly that staircase that they're walking out of and down. Mm-hmm. And then you can see the building from which Rollins is shot.
Yeah.
And...
which is kitty corner.
Yeah. There's like, Finn looks back and there's a very distinctive, like narrow, it looks like kind of like my building. It's like a walk-up style kind of like old tenement building that's been converted into...
What building is that, Adam? Do you want to share that? Do you want to give your address out over the podcast?
No, not right now. But it's like an old building in New York. It's tall and narrow and it has two windows and it's red, so it's easy to see. Anyways, I could like, what do you call that? Where you triangulate basically. And so I could figure out the exact distance from that rooftop to where Rollins was shot to kind of figure out if this shot was plausible, because Rollins is shot with a 45 pistol, a less bear Prowler, which is a gun that exists.
Though it's the longer barreled one.
Still.
Because there are 2 less bear Prowlers, and it is the, 5-inch barrel, I think. Not that I'm saying that this shot is plausible. But.
No, it is an implausible shot. 45s are guns that you use to shoot people like 10 feet away from you. This is what a gun like that is for. And in fact, reading on, this is a gun trading website called Genetron.com.
Oh, I was hoping it was going to be gunnuts with a Z.com.
Basically. But this kind of gun costs like over $2,000 to buy nowadays.
Probably why Dad kept it.
Yeah, exactly. For people that are into that shit, I'm not. They're gorgeous looking.
Oh yeah, it's a handsome gun.
But the cartridge, so the 45 automatic is the most powerful handgun cartridge in use today. Military handgun cartridge. It's a heavy and powerful subsonic round, which subsonic means it's not going very fast. Although its muzzle energy can exceed 400 feet-pounds. Its velocity and bullet weight creates a steep trajectory curve that limits its effective range to self-defense distances. And regardless of the exact distance, which I did figure out, this was by no means a self-defense distance. Like, fucking Mel Gibson's character in Lethal Weapon could not make this shot. This is not like a plausible shot. So they said 100 yards, which is way beyond the range of that handgun. Mm-hmm. It's not that. It is almost exactly 50 meters. And I know that by drawing the distance and the math. I was telling Josh,
were they saying the Rollins shot was 100 yards or were they saying the next shot was 100 yards?
They were saying the Rollins shot was 100 yards.
You did the math.
I did the hypotenuse because the building is 6 stories.
Yeah, it's not that hard.
Roughly 20 meters tall. And the distance was actually 45 meters. The hypotenuse is roughly 50 meters.
Sure.
So it's half the distance that they say it is, but it's still way past. I mean, like, she went to a goddamn gun show in Philly that they also bring up. Couldn't she have got a rifle there you could plausibly make that shot with? I spent far too much time on this, so I just had to share it with the listeners because I saw that and I was like, there's no goddamn way they made that with a pistol. But that location, the rooftop of that building is 100% the location used in that episode, which I'm not going to go back and figure out the title of the episode, but it's the one featuring that dipshit from Prison Break. That's where they find him.
Alexander Wentworth, Unstable, season 11, episode 1.
Absolutely, yeah. That they were definitely there. He was taking photographs of perps who were doing some shit like right in front of the Manhattan Criminal Court building.
That's the teenage orgy episode.
Yeah, great episode. We don't even care about the teenage orgy. That was a fun one. Back to the other bullshit that we have to talk about. And we can move much faster. That was the thing I took by far the most time looking up.
Sure. Rollins is loopy as fuck. Mm-hmm. She also assumes that the shooter was a man, which shows she is sexist. Women can snipe people with pistols too, although no one can. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, I think ultimately that this episode is super feminist.
You think so? Yeah, because
women can do anything that men can do. They can spree kill just like a man.
And you know, she's like learned all of the tactics from the military and the police, even though she didn't make it like 2 weeks into basic training in either one of those things. So she can do it better. You know, she absorbs at an extremely fast rate.
Anything they can do, she can do better.
It's true.
So I think we talked about this in Forget It, Counselor. It's Chinatown, but Mrs. Chang refers to Rollins as that Guaylo cop. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Guaylo is a pejorative Cantonese slang term for white people or Westerners. Mm-hmm. I think Earl Talley seems like a cool dude with his hillbilly crack.
Yeah, I really wanted to see the Earl episode. Like, that was...
Yeah, but I don't want to see the one with Kim. I just want to see one with Earl.
This was... there was great world building going on here, right? Like, everything with Mrs. Chang was... There was enough details to be like, this is interesting. And Earl was an interesting character. He had great hair. Like... I want to know what he was flushing. They say hillbilly crack, but I'm not sure.
So even Loopy Rollins figures out that maybe she wasn't the target before anyone else does. Howard's son is the next target, which nails down that it has to be related to Finn's background in narcotics.
It just seems like so much work going into like make these people feel bad, as opposed to just straight up just go after them, right? I don't even think Finn cares that much that Rollins got shot. Once he finds out it's a through and through, he's like, oh, whatever, later. You're good.
Well, because he's been shot like, 3 times at that point? So medical bills are piling up, and denied insurance claims are fucking him over. And we find out that his old boss fucked him over on the disability claim. So this makes bureaucracy and the for-profit healthcare system the real villain, right?
The big bad, yeah. And at another point, they're bitching about how, his kid is on Medicaid, so he's getting great care or something. It's like, well, okay.
That was dad filling in the gaps.
Oh, okay.
That was much more him just like covering for her than anything else. I don't think that was a wholehearted damnation of Benito Jr. Benito Ito? Sorry. Then Finn lost touch with his partner after his partner took a bullet for him, which is uncool.
His partner was also offering them him and Amaro Tallboys at
that's pretty
presumably
awesome.
like noon while they're working.
They both took him. What's even less cool though was Howard asking, how is Luis, when she's the one who boned him the one last time for good measure.
Yeah.
Now, when they're in Luis's apartment, he did have one of those collapsible grocery carts, which I thought was a nice touch as a former large city dweller who used those fairly frequently.
Yeah, I need one of those things.
You don't have one? Are you high?
No. I backpack and tote all my shit around.
Don't.
It sucks. It sucks ass.
So we get Pino and Emilio Rivera getting to act with one another again.
Yeah, again. Josh.
Oh, yes.
Thank you for jogging my memory.
Yeah, because I'd
forgotten.
imagine they're actually pretty tight because they played fucking brothers.
They're fucking brothers.
They're brothers in The Shield. It was, Navarro and Armadillo Quintero.
Armadillo.
Yeah, Armadillo. And then now they're working together again in Mayans. And I know I read an interview with Emilio Rivera where he was like, I'm a big fan of Danny Pino. It was like in season 2 of Mayans. Season 2 is about to drop. So yeah, I assume they're pretty tight. There are a lot of pictures of the two of them together on the internet.
Well, that makes, they have like roles that are closely linked.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But in this one, Amaro makes prison rape metaphors.
I have metaphorical prison rape taught.
Yeah, I know, which just means a whole new song.
Yeah, because he says,
if I find out you shot out and kill you in front of the whole yard, you think this CO's gonna stop me?
I've been here 15 years. Who do you think they work for?
Oye, amigo, we're going through your visitors, your friends, your family. We're gonna be up inside you so deep, you won't be able to walk straight.
Yeah.
Pino's really like going in a time machine back to the Shield and really channeling Armadillo Quintero here.
He sure is. Like pre-face melting Armadillo Quintero when he's like really evil.
It's gotta be weird for fucking Rivera because it's like he's getting rape taunted by his brother.
Basically, yeah. It's like his brother is doing to him what those other guys did to fucking David Acevedo.
Oh, for sure.
So many times.
Yeah. Well, we saw it so many times because it played before every single episode of The Shield after it happened. So then we find out that he turned the prison nurse who backed his asthma claim when he sued the prison for putting him in the hole.
Yeah.
And by turned, I mean he put a baby in Mello's wife.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, that's what Mello gets. Okay, so on the board, did you get a good look at the board?
No.
The board changed when they thought it was different crimes, but
okay.
On the first time on the board, there is like a weird tabloid front page shot of Rollins on the ground that graphics and art department seem to have worked up, but then they pulled it down immediately, so it's only in the background in the frame. You barely see it, but it's her on the ground, like bleeding out of her shoulder.
I totally missed that one. I saw I was looking at the other boards with like where they had like Finn.
They have the black and white photo of Ice-T from when Finn's supposed to be in Narcotics on the board. But like, I know I've seen that picture before, and I looked for a long time trying to figure out where the fuck I'd seen it, and I couldn't find it. I know I've seen it before.
It was definitely like surviving the game-ish time frame.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I checked all the album covers. I checked Ice-T black and white photo.
Yeah.
I couldn't find it, but it's clearly like a, art photographer taking that picture, which is funny to have as the like headshot that you're putting on the board. It also, you can tell that the Kathy Moriarty photo was also from something like around the time of Dream of the Fishes.
Nice.
Now, I understand the purpose of the board, but do you really need to put the guy who's been on the unit for 13 years and who is involved in investigating this case on the board?
He's clearly
does
not
anyone
a
need
suspect.
reminding that fucking Finn is a part of this case and possibly a target? Does that need to happen? I think not.
But of course, like, we know he's not the target because she, like, waits until he clears. Because she has a shot of him.
Well, but he
and
is
she waits
the
until
target.
Rollins comes around.
He's ultimately the target, like, motive-wise, he's the target. But it's to like
completely batshit scheme that doesn't quite make sense. Like, if you want to make Ice-T suffer, shoot him, right?
Okay, so then we go to
a delightful bridge. Are you talking? This is the 2 Chainz scene.
Oh yeah.
Just a delight.
Did you see the name of this massage parlor?
No.
It is the Suki Tawdry Lounge.
Suki Tawdry.
Suki Tawdry Lounge. And it is the weirdest massage parlor set ever. There's a full fucking fridge, like 2 feet from the massage table. There's also a water cooler and a couch in the, like, on the periphery of the room.
Yeah, you gotta give people some cold cucumber water while you're rubbing their joint down, dude.
They dressed the PO again. I'm 100% sure of this. There's no way that this set is not just the PO.
I think it had some, like, palm trees on the inside, right? They probably just had some, like, plants that they put in there, and they put, like, a screen.
Yeah, they put the screen up to like cover up the copier. No, this is like, there's no way that's not the PO. It has to be. It's like, whatever, we'll just leave the fridge there. We don't want to unplug and move it. We'll just unplug it so it's not running for sound purposes. So then Finn throws Pearlie over the table.
Over the table, and his towel stays on. Yeah. Mm-hmm. How on earth does his towel stay on?
Like right after he's getting an HJ.
Yeah, like 2 people are giving him an HJ. So if you just think about the geometry of this, there's no way he could.
I don't think he could have 2 hands. Kind of geometry with this fucking show.
But I don't know if he could have 2 separate. I guess he could have a right hand and a left hand up there. But I feel like one woman's right hand and one woman's left hand. But I feel like from that perspective, you're going to be double fisting that joint.
Yeah.
At least from there.
Oh, yeah. They're double fisting the joint.
I don't see how 2 women can be double fisting one joint and keep that towel tied that tight. That's what I don't understand.
Well, okay. So I think that one of them is milking the prostate.
Oh, okay.
One's milking the prostate, maybe working the balls too, but definitely milking the prostate.
Thin wrist then, if she could get it under his leg and around and up. Oh god, fantastic stuff.
Okay.
2 Chainz is great though. Again,
yeah.
As with all the other minor characters in this, I wanted more 2 Chainz.
Oh yeah, he's great. You know what he isn't though? Armed.
No, not in that
He's
scene.
very clearly unarmed.
Definitely.
But Finn and Benson both draw down on him. He poses zero threat. Like, he's been tossed off of the massage table. He is on the ground in a towel, clearly not strapped.
The only thing he's a threat to himself because his balls are going to ache for days after that. I mean, unless
are you implying to our listeners that blue balls are a thing, like an actual thing?
Unless he bought the edging package, you know.
Ever since he was in the joint, he has to edge. Otherwise, he just loses control, you know?
Yeah.
Can't have that. He can't have that because he doesn't want his fucking face to end up on a soccer ball.
I feel like this episode, both this scene and
the very next scene, because there's a smash cut.
Yeah, I feel like these were scenes written for Elliot for a season 13 episode that never happened because
I feel like
Elliot
these were
the show.
Scenes that were written for fucking Chicago PD.
Yes, but I could see Elliot punching a man in prison in the junk. I don't really see Finn doing it. It's not a Finn move.
Yeah, I'm not wild about this.
No.
Because then they smash cut to Finn and Amaro roughing up Escobar, and then Finn threatens to gouge his eyes out with like the most jagged edged fucking grapefruit spoon that I've ever seen in my life. I tried to find it online to see if it was like an even more extreme whatever, like not a grapefruit spoon, but I think it's just a grapefruit spoon with.
Oh, I have to go. It wasn't like a cucumber baller. You know what I'm talking about? Like a melon
it's not
baller?
a baller. It's a spoon. It's flatter. So I think it's a grapefruit spoon, but it's got really sharp edges, like and
one
big
of those
teeth.
like interesting. So like a spork, one of those like serrated sporks. You can do all your cutlery needs with one device.
Maybe, but it seemed I don't know. But it's not a spork because it doesn't have the tines.
Oh, okay, interesting. Sounds terrifying.
But it's all the way around. Usually, if you see that sort of like grapefruit, spoon,
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, exactly. I know exactly what you're talking about. And this was, of course, after he punched this man below the belt hard. And this guy was not responsible for any of this shit. He was a victim, just like everybody else. His kid is getting put in foster care.
Yeah. They're immediately shown how fucked up what they were doing was, because they find out in that scene, along with him, that his nurse baby mama got.
So he's never going to get to play with his kid again. That sucks.
Fortunate that Amaro didn't get the few more minutes that he wanted.
Yeah.
Then they go back and talk to Montero, and that's where they get the less bare tell when the gun is mentioned. Yeah. Then when we get to the bar, we get that nice little Petrovich, Russian mafia, Russian billionaire joke from Luis.
Yeah. We've done this more than once, had an episode with just like kind of like a throwaway little bit in it be a little too close to current events. And of course, when we were talking about this episode, it is March 11th. So it is 2 weeks into Russia's invasion of the Ukraine. So Ukrainians and Russians are on the kind of front of the mind for many of us. And so this little kind of throwaway side plot that did nothing but to kind of, I guess, create a backstory for this wildly implausible weapon that didn't actually have to be used, but did connect into this guy.
So the Ukrainian UCs from Interpol, they at least had the class to touch base when his wife died.
Yeah.
Now, doesn't it seem weird that he'd keep the pistol in that case?
I mean, it's a nice case.
Yeah, but why? I don't know. It just seems...
It seems a little weird.
It's one of the least... There are plenty more weird things that happen. Rollins.
It seems weird to me that
Duck Dynasty.
That Finn didn't go to his wife's wife's funeral, rather. That seems weird to me.
Well, they've fallen out of touch. I can at least understand it. Like, he didn't even know his wife had died.
Yeah, I guess. I like the line Craigan says, "Don't go all Amaro on me."
Yeah. But he does. It's obvious that he's like way too cool about the revenge angle when confessing to all the shootings, and Rollins again is the only one who sees through the smokescreen.
I'm sorry about this, Amanda. I didn't see it coming. I mean, maybe if I'd have went and seen him more, gone to the parole hearing.
I don't know. Are you sure he's our guy?
Please, don't go Amaro on me.
He's got motive. He knows all the details about the shooting.
He's also got a police scanner. The guy that shot me disappeared fast from a roof. He's on disability.
Amanda, he handed me the gun.
Doesn't mean he's the shooter. Anyone else have access to the weapon?
I know his daughter, Gloria.
How old is she?
25. She's in the police academy.
Her mother just died. She was having problems with the insurance.
Come on, everybody has problems with the insurance. I'm sick that it's him, but we got our man.
There's something else. The motives,
He's angry. You heard him?
Yeah, Finn, Escobar, the lieutenant.
Then how come none of them are the ones that got hit? You know, the targets are always next of kin, partners. You know, maybe she is trying to make the people she's angry at hurt the way she got hurt when her father got shot.
Not Gloria. She's a sweet kid.
Oh, boy. Did you know she was kicked out of the academy on a psychological 2 months ago?
Luis would have told us that.
Well, maybe he didn't know.
The Les Bear. When he heard about the gun, he must have pieced it together.
He took a bullet for you. Don't you think he'd take one for his daughter?
So, like, she's the only one who is actually doing good police work in this episode, because everyone else, including Liv, who draws down on fucking Pearlie while he poses zero threat to anyone. And, I mean, Finn and Amaro are off the reservation here.
To quote Dragnet, the only weapon he's packing was not issued to him by the Los Angeles Police Department.
Okay, so then they go searching for Gloria, and she is dropping bodies with Zero fucks to give.
Left and right. Yeah, and for the smallest provocations. I mean, sure.
Do we think random dead security guard did anything at all?
Well, the one of them wrote her a parking ticket. Like, I mean, I've gotten annoyed at the parking tickets. Now, that car and the very graphic shot of the burnt corpse, which is way beyond.
How is that graphic?
I mean, we're seeing the burnt corpse from like the hip bone up, and we see. I mean, it was a very hot fire.
Yep. I think she used jet fuel.
But that was right underneath the Queensboro Bridge on Roosevelt Island.
Nice.
I've been there recently. It's easy to shoot there because there's no fucking people around there.
Right.
Yeah, specifically where it is. It's kind of right at Cornell Tech. But yeah, we've been to Roosevelt Island a few times. And again, I think it is an easy location for them because you
just
don't
logistically
have to,
not to get to from the other side of the Manhattan, but
no, but logistically they don't have to like hire a whole group of guys. Like when Only Murders in the Building shoots in my neighborhood, there's like 20 guys whose job it is to basically be like making sure that people's cars are getting moved, or if they do move, that nobody else is coming
locations,
in. It's like a
locations
big fucking job.
on that has to be a fucking nightmare.
I can't even imagine. It's just, it's a nightmare.
I mean, I lived in LA and it was all the time like worrying about getting your car towed because some fuckers are shooting in an apartment building across the street or whatever.
So my notes get pretty sparse at this point.
I only have a few left, but I've got a big one.
Okay, interesting.
So then the guy living in a repossessed childhood home comes back home to find out that his wife and son are being held hostage.
Yeah.
Now, I did feel like the font that police was written in on the mobile command center doesn't seem like the font that they would use. Seemed odd. Feel like graphics kind of fell down on the job there.
I mean, the police font, they use it a lot. They use things that say police on it all the time.
Not this
font.
font.
You think they'd have like a standardized font.
Yeah, no, this is an odd one with like weird coloration to it. Anyway.
Nice.
So then Finn has to come inside or she'll shoot the wife and kid.
Yeah.
Once he gets in there, I'm sure you missed this because I did the first time.
Mm-hmm.
There is an entire bookshelf and at least 4 shelves, I think 5, full of wine glasses in this apartment. There are at least 4 shelves. And it looked like each had 12 glasses on the shelf. Which means that this husband and wife have somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 to 70 wine glasses on a bookshelf in their living room. There's also
Maybe they like entertaining.
There's also a clay vase. This has me thinking that the keys go in the vase at the weekly key party, and that this kid has seen much more disturbing shit than this stranger pointing a gun at him.
That might have been the first pistol drawn on this kid, but it weren't the first gun, if you know what I'm saying.
No, he has seen old balls. Then, when Finn tackles her, there are more glasses on the other shelf on the other side of the TV. What the fuck are these people? There are, seriously, in their goddamn living room.
It wasn't a very big house either. Just again, back to geometry questions. Like, how large a 50-something orgy can you have in that house?
There are somewhere in the neighborhood of 80 or 90 glasses in the living room on shelves. It is
maybe
fucking
you expect
insane.
Some breakage.
And okay, so that was the sort of like weird note that friend of the pod, Amy, had like sent something in. And I get to like the last scene in the show and I'm like, what the fuck is her note about? And then I see it and I'm like, whoa, what the fuck?
Totally missed that.
It's insane.
Good eye,
like,
Amy.
I beg
Thank you
everyone needs to go back to that scene where Finn is trying to talk her off of the ledge and look at the bookshelf in the background. Like it's to Finn's left. It's fucking nuts.
I'll be honest, at this point in the episode, I was just like going like, why won't this fucking episode end? Jesus Christ.
One note left.
I've got 2 notes.
Oh, go for it. My note's on the very last bit.
So I have one that goes back a little bit earlier.
Pre-swinger reveal?
Yeah, pre-swinger reveal. There is an abandoned hospital in Rockaway Beach, which kind of like jibes with more or less where they said hers was. This one was a tuberculosis hospital. It's called the Neponset Beach Hospital. Now...
Oh, fuck. So she died of consumption, not cancer?
Yeah, this one shut down in 1955, so way before Hurricane Sandy.
Yeah.
And it didn't appear to be the like one that they actually used as a location. That did not actually look like a falling apart.
It looked like probably an assisted living home.
Yeah, exactly.
Weren't there individual air conditioning units on windows?
I think there were, yeah. So maybe...
I'm guessing it was a like assisted living.
Yeah, I wonder what the rate to turn on the air conditioners was for the patients.
Too soon, bro.
The last main note I have was about the SWAT team that busts down the door after the shot is fired. So for one thing, the shot is fired and it doesn't harm that precious little blonde fucking kid. But the SWAT team, this is what I care about. Because the SWAT team that busts down the door, this is not my joke, but I immediately thought Meal Team 6 when I saw this SWAT team bust down the door. These men could not run 100 yards, okay? Yeah, this looked like...
They'd go to fitness jail.
Yeah, these are like Danny McBride's like coke-doing buddies from season 1 of Righteous Gemstone. These guys were not in good shape. And it's hysterical.
And, I mean, maybe we've seen their junk in an episode of Righteous Gemstones.
Exactly.
It's possible.
Yeah. And the funny thing was that outside they had plenty of other extras playing cops. And all of those people would have looked fine had they been wearing the SWAT gear and busting down the door. But these guys, man, it was like, wow. Ooh, this is the most running you boys have done in a minute. But yeah, that's all I've got, Josh. Oh, yeah, I said that they weren't in good enough shape to make a recreational bowling league. But yeah.
Let's rate this.
All right, so of course we rank these episodes every week, and we have a rigorous 4 criteria scale on which we judge. We are trying to build a list of all of the episodes of this sometimes ridiculous show that we generally love and sometimes love to hate. But we judge these episodes on the overall quality, the guests therein, how problematic it was, and the depth and breadth of lives ruined. And, oh man, what a goddamn mess. I don't even know how to rank any of these things. I think on quality, I think it was very bad, but it had like fun bits in it.
Yeah, it's definitely like in the 2 or 3 range. It's not a 1. Obviously.
It's not a 1. It wasn't boring. Once it gets to the hostage situation, it's boring. But before then, it's not.
Yep. I think we're talking a 2 here, probably.
I think it's a 2.
Quality.
Because I think it kind of does tick other boxes.
Yeah, so I don't feel bad about giving it a 2 here.
Yeah.
We'll see if this can outdo Totem for the biggest disparity between quality and final score.
So guests, we have a lot of guests. A lot of the guests are very interesting.
I think Jennifer Lim, Yul Vasquez,
2 Chainz.
They're good. Kathy Moriarty doesn't have anything to do.
Neither does Urbe. She doesn't do anything.
Yeah, Catherine Urbe doesn't get to do anything here. I mean, it's
Lala
nice to see
Anthony
her, I guess.
is fine.
She's fine. Emilio Rivera's good.
Yeah, Emilio Rivera's very good.
And he actually has quite a bit to do.
He does. He has kind of interesting part. Like, all of them, I think, are very good. I kind of don't think Jessica Camacho is very good. Maybe it's a casting issue. Maybe I just don't believe her character, like any...
I think it's on the page.
I don't believe anything about her character.
We don't get her giving the tell away until she's on tape, you know?
Uh-huh. I think you're right. I think this is an overall quality issue, but it's just like, there's nothing about this woman that makes me think that she's Jason Bourne, right? And she kind of goes all Jason Bourne until she puts herself in a place where she's easily surrounded and ends up walking out crying like a blubbering fool. What's going on here is absurd. This is a big ass spree killing. This is headlines. This is like the whole NYPD is involved in this.
This is a criminal intent case.
Yes, exactly. I don't know, man.
This is also another case is this an SVU case? No, it is not.
No.
There's never anything in this case that makes it an SVU case. And would they really be investigating the case if one of their own was the target? And no, they wouldn't.
Of course. That makes, they would be witnesses.
Yeah, but it makes it all too close to the unit, and so someone else would be investigating.
Yes, we would.
Major crimes.
Yeah, major crimes would be investigating this. Chris Noth would be investigating
or
this.
Major cases.
Yeah, whatever they are.
But fuck Chris Noth.
Sure. So, okay, so what's your number for this?
I think it's probably, I don't think anyone's outright bad. I think Camacho's good in the house.
Yeah, it's a ridiculous role, but you're right.
It's a ridiculous role, but again, it's on the page. It's not her.
Yeah.
And I think that's a quality issue and not a performance issue. I don't think it's enough of an issue performance-wise to necessarily ding it.
I think you're right. Yeah.
I think we're looking at a 6, right?
Yeah, I think it's a 6. I think 6 makes a lot of sense. The stuff that was great was in such small little quantities. Like it wasn't.
Yeah, but like Emilio Rivera's very good.
He is. He's very good. And 2 Chainz had a great scene.
I think 2 Chainz was fun as hell.
Yeah.
And he's about to have, I think, his 3rd acting part in a movie that's like coming out next year.
Nice.
Or this year. It's in post.
Excellent. Is it problematic?
Well,
I mean, there's a lot of police brutality.
Yeah, a lot of police brutality.
Yeah.
This victim kid, his parents are swingers, obviously.
Obviously.
We also have the possibility that art department is pulling a quick one on everybody, and someone just decided that it'd be really funny to dress the house with all of those glasses and just have the bookshelf be glasses. Someone somewhere thought, oh, these guys are swingers. Let's get that vase up there so it's in sight. That's where the keys go.
Cute, man. They really put a lot of thought into that set dressing. So I really appreciate that.
Someone did, and it is batshit crazy. I'm so glad. I worry that I would have missed it if Amy hadn't said anything. And it just completely
I totally missed it. I mean, maybe I would have seen it the second time through, but I don't know because I was kind of checked out at that point, right? It was not like...
Oh, yeah, it's definitely hard to still be paying attention at this point. I'm glad I was, though.
Also, we see the most graphic image of a corpse, I think, that we've seen.
The most graphic burnt out corpse, like charred to nearly the bone.
That's pretty brutal.
Yeah, that's problematic.
You can almost see how it smells, and that's pretty gross.
Yeah.
We see 2 Chainz getting his joint worked on. That's fairly problematic.
So yeah, that's fun. That's a lot of fun. And then the ensuing police brutality with no real cause. Like, he hadn't done anything.
No.
And Finn knew him as the middleman for what's-his-face. The most he could have done was maybe put out the hit, but like...
Guilt by association entirely. But
yeah.
You know, whatever. That's, maybe true to life.
Are we looking at another 6 here?
The police brutality is pretty bad, so it definitely gets it above average. I think it's a 6 because I think in the next column...
The fallout is where it scores highly.
I mean, Rollins got shot. Mm-hmm. Now, she's not suffering
but it's a through and through, and she's fine by the end of the episode, just like Finn would have
She's
been.
already, out of the hospital.
She's not investigating the case the next day, but...
She's making headway on the case, basically, that nobody else is.
Because she was still in the hospital because she had that infection, so she was in for a couple days, but...
Still, she got shot.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely a big tick.
Yeah.
We have, 3 dead victims, right? Am I counting that up right? We have
all the victims of police brutality.
Yes. We have 3 victims of police brutality, right? Am I getting that right?
Yep, I think.
We have 12,
How
Chinese...
many bodies does she drop?
Because she drops... Okay, so she drops Kathy Moriarty's son.
Yeah,
she drops
Lala Anthony.
She drops Lala Anthony, that's right. And she
Security
drops the parking cop.
Security guard and traffic cop.
So 4.
4,
yeah.
So she's dropped 4 bodies.
Yeah.
She's traumatized a child who's already clearly been traumatized by his swinger parents.
Yeah, but just a different set of traumas now. I mean, now it's
she's traumatized the mother who was held hostage.
Yeah, who I'm sure that mother's had various...
The system has churned out Finn's old partner.
Yeah. The system killed Finn's partner's wife.
Yep.
Even though she was probably going to die anyways.
I mean, really, the system caused this break in...
Yeah. In Finn's relationship with that guy named after Yul Brynner.
Yeah.
The system does a lot of bad things in this one. The system also didn't recognize that Finn's partner's kid was a better marksman than anybody on the NYPD. Anybody. I mean, she's out there like with a fucking like wind meter, testing the air. She's laying in wait. She's gonna like send one shot through a fucking plate glass window a half a mile away that's gonna like cause a chain reaction, causing a surfboard to decapitate some man. Lots of things are happening.
As much as it pains me, this is at least a 9, right? One of the members of the unit shot.
Yeah, one of the members of the unit shot, and another one of the members of the unit's like backstory bubbles up in a very painful way that he clearly has been rotting at his core for over a decade. And even though it's not good,
and bodies, I mean,
and we also
Rollins is shot, bodies are dropped.
Yeah,
I mean, as much as it sucks, to give this a high score, I think it's got to be a 9.
I think you're right. So that spits out a 5.75, which you mentioned Totem. Totem beat this one.
Okay.
Because Totem had the delightfully problematic bits, like
spoon stuff.
Wildly problematic.
Mom. Plenty of opportunities for you to cut in Spoon Man into that episode.
I only cut it in twice, but I know.
I know you wanted to more.
I thought about it. But yeah, this one was something. I wish they could nail the Finn backstory episodes. Like, he seems like such a well-created character without having to write so much for him.
They always face plant whenever it's a fucking Finisode.
But they do the same shit with Munch. Like, every Munch episode that we've seen, for the most part, has been really disappointing. And Munch is, they didn't create the character of Munch, but that's regardless. But still, they have a really interesting character to work with. Anyways, let's roll the next one and see what we have to look forward to next time.
So, going over to episode.lol, which was built for this podcast by friend of the pod, Flet. And, you can do this at home to whatever other show you want to watch a random episode of. Or to start a podcast about.
It's actually great for shows like Law & Order CI. You don't really want to watch them in order, at least I don't, because I kind of get sick of seeing the same kind of shit over and over again. So it's nice to kind of jump around a little bit. And I think it's a very easy user interface. I highly recommend it.
Oh yeah, super easy. So the tape is spinning. Bill and Ted are displeased with their continuous hurtling through space-time in a phone booth.
Oh, I hate that part.
And they and we have landed in Season 1. Episode 5, Wanderlust. So we're in the prehistory here.
Interesting. It's been a while.
After a travel writer is found tied up with a woman's undergarments, choking off his air supply.
Season 1. Salu.
The utter insanity of Season 1, when they really still wished they were called sex crimes. Benton and Stabler initially suspect his landlord's boyfriend, but suspicion soon turns to the landlord and her daughter. This one features Lynn Collins.
Okay.
And Patricia Richardson.
Interesting.
The mom from Home Improvement.
Is she the daughter?
No, the mom from Home Improvement is the mother.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I think Lynn Collins is the daughter, but I might be misremembering.
No, absolutely. I'm looking at it now.
Okay.
Wow, okay. Excellent.
It's
excellent.
These Season 1 episodes can often be indelicate, and
it looks like this is going to be one of those.
I'm not sure, but I think this one is one of those indelicate episodes.
This definitely seems like a Showtime series synopsis rather than
like Red Shoe Diaries.
Yeah. It doesn't seem like an NBC show, but
yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so we also at this point will have dropped our first Much My Benson Movie Club episode.
Yes,
that will be She's Too Young, which we've talked about multiple times.
Yeah.
And is streaming for free on Tubi when at all possible, unless motivated by pertinent guest stars who are appearing in episodes that will have dropped right around the time of the Much My Benson Movie Club episodes that are monthly. When possible, we'll try to have them free.
Yeah.
We don't want people having to pay twice.
I don't want to have to pay.
Once to us and once to VOD.
Exactly. And I don't want to have to pay either. So
Sure.
Yeah, so ideally we will be watching free or at least free on commonly subscribed streaming platforms.
Yeah. So She's Too Young, which was a Lifetime movie, which featured Alexis Zana and Marcia Gay Harden.
Yeah, both of whom we'd seen on the show.
Oh, yes, both of whom we've seen on the show. It also features Miriam McDonald from Degrassi, who we've talked about kind of a lot because Emma is the one in Degrassi who got gonorrhea in a van down by the river.
Yeah, throat gonorrhea specifically.
Yeah, throat gonorrhea. Now, She's Too Young is streaming on Tubi, or at least it is right now as we're recording.
Yeah, it has been for a while because it was streaming on Tubi like 6 months ago when we first
and it's a Lifetime movie, so I don't think it's going anywhere. Now, Tubi does have ads, but it's free.
Yeah.
Now, if you're wanting refreshers, this ties in to Pandora, which we covered in episode 83, and Informed, which we covered in episode 70.
I think we've had another Marcia Gay, haven't we? Have we just had Marcia Gay in one? I feel like we've seen her twice. Maybe she's larger than life
it's just
in the episode that we saw.
Isn't it?
Maybe.
She drowned her steak in ketchup, which was disgusting.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to see what accent Marcia Gay Harden goes with in this one.
I believe it is probably her normal one, which is none whatsoever. Not cool going with that fucking foghorn leghorn accent, Marcia. Yeah, so as always, we are on the socials.
Yep.
Twitter, Facebook, Instagram as Munch My Benson.
We are also on Patreon at this point, and we have a merch store at this point. So we will have links provided for
those
all
links
of those.
will be in the details. Yes, in the notes.
Yeah,
for the
absolutely. And should check
I guess we'll start to have other links in the notes as well, which we probably should have been doing the whole time.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah, coulda, woulda, shoulda.
We have a subreddit, which is also r/MunchMyBenson. Yep. We have a website, munchmybenson.com, where we have links to all of that shit. If you go to our Twitter page, that hot links to our flow page. The link will connect you to pretty much everything you would need to link to.
Nice.
I think that's it, right?
I think that's it, man. I think it's time to start munching because Josh has to do some editing with this episode. So I think we need to
half-ass the edit on this one. I mean, there's a lot of Jackie walking in the middle of recording.
There's a lot of me.
Lots of loud things. There's a phone call that happens in the middle of this episode that I'm not cutting out on Patreon on the video, but
the video is what the video is. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, video is not getting touched much, barring something weird. Barring like technical difficulties, it's not getting touched edit wise. This is still sort of the Patreon stuff isn't.
It's not set in stone yet.
But I think we're going to be dropping the full video unedited before the episode will have dropped because frankly, it doesn't take a fucking week.
No,
and we can drop them pretty early. I mean, we'll still try to keep on a regular schedule of only dropping it once a week, but you may get that like a week ahead of time.
But it's like a preview if you want to. It's not going to be.
It won't have our music, or won't have music cut in because
it will.
We can't do that legally.
No, it definitely won't have clips of the SVU episode cut in either,
because that's something we do in post.
It will have us stumbling over our recaps repeatedly, and it might have some awkward pauses as we go look up stats somewhere online.
or do like dumb resets all the time.
But that's sometimes the fun bits. As those of you that heard that unedited,
that's probably the most fun to people who want to see Adam and I fail a lot.
For those of you who are fans of that one episode that I uploaded unedited that one time.
If that's what you like to hear, definitely get in on the Patreon, which we're intending to price at a very reasonable rate.
Yeah, and there's going to be other fun stuff too, so that is not the only perk for signing up for it.
Yeah. No, the movie club will exclusively be once a month for Patreon subscribers. So, yeah.
Well, all right, man. I think it's time to say goodbye. So get out there and start munching.
like that.
Ladies, I need the room.
What the? Oh, hell no.
Pearly, huh? Some things never change.
I got sciatica.
What's that, Ty? For happy ending?
Uh-huh. Gotcha. What do we got over here?
Come on, man. You know I can't carry. I'm on parole.
Parole? Oh, not for long. Unless you want to tell us why Escobar's girlfriend called you.
Whatever it was, I told that bitch I wasn't interested, bruh. Dude is crazy.
Crazy enough to put out hits on NYPD?
Crazy enough? You come in here and want to bust me for a gun you planted? Man, do your thing, dog. Damn!
Now you want to talk about Escobar?
You want me to talk? Listen, this man will peel my face off, sew it onto a soccer ball, and kick it into my mother's yard. So you might well go ahead and shoot me. Cause I ain't no snitch.